Hello friends, today we will see lecture 5 operators and control constructs. So I will teach you basically control constructs, and in between I will tell you some operators also. So this is assignment operator, as you can see. This is also assignment operator, this is assigning a value. This is OR operator. So if x or y, either of them is true, I equal high. So this is an if statement. So a high is printed because one of them is true, x is true, so this is executed as true, and high is printed thereby. Then this was the functionality of an if. So now we will see the functionality of a while loop. Okay, so before seeing the functionality of a while loop, we will see the more in more detail the functionality of if. So with an if statement, an else can also be attached. If this is true, then we do this echo high, else we do something else, like say we echo bye, comma, bye, and we are also here. Okay, no problem. Okay, we can do that like that also. So if we set x false here, then both are false, so neither of them is true, so x or y is false. So if condition is false, so this will not be executed now, and this will be executed. So let us see. Okay, so I forgot to write a semicolon at the end of this. Okay, so a by is printed here, which was pretty much as expected. And one more thing is there, else if. So we can write like this: if x is true, then do this thing, else if y is true, do this thing, else do some other thing like echo hola. Like this we can write. So here, if x is true, first we check whether x is true or not. So here it is false, so we do not execute this. So we go here, else if means if is not there, then if, else if y, else if means x is not true, and then if y is true, false, y is also false, so we will not execute this. So we will execute this. So basically hola will be printed. So let's see. Yeah, hola is printed. So basically if this, then do this, else if do y is true, then do this, else means both of them are not true, then do this thing, last option. So basically this is called else if ladder. So many else if can be inserted between one if and the last else. This is basically called an else if ladder. So now we see the functionality of a while loop. So we are initializing the variable a with value 2, and while a is less than 5, what we are doing is we are incrementing a and printing a. So basically initially a is 2, so basically we make a 3. We check while a is less than 5, so a is less than 5, we go in the loop, we increment a, so we make a 3 here and we print a, so 3 is printed. Then we again go in the loop and check whether a is less than 5. Yes, it is true, so we again go in the loop, we increment a, make it 4, again print a, so it is 4 is printed here. We again go here, we again check whether a is less than 5. Yeah, it is 4, so which is less than 5. So we again go in the loop, we make it 5 and print it. 5 is printed here. Now we go again, so now 5 is not less than 5, so basically we exit from the loop. So this was the while loop, and this is a for loop which is pretty much like a while loop. So this is the initialized with a. We will execute till it is less than 5, and we will increment by 1 in each step. So here the initialization condition is there. Here the checking condition which was written here in the while loop is there. It can be anything. And here the incrementing or any conditions can be there. It can be incremented by 2, it can be decremented, whatever, means what change we are incurring in each execution of the loop, that is written here. So we are echoing a. So basically first 0 is incurred, 0 is printed, then 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. Then we see a less than 5 is no longer true, so we exit of this loop also. So similarly there is a for each loop. So students is an array having 3 variables: Tom Cruise, Rambak Sharma and Ramchandra Sharma. So for each students, for each of the elements of students as S, we print S. So first Tom Cruise will be printed, then Rambak Sharma, then Ramchandra Sharma. So basically all these 3 are printed. 3 elements of the array are printed. Then we see the functionality for switch statement. So basically we assign x value 1, then we switch x, then the 3 cases are written: hi, bye and hola. These 3 things are to be printed. So basically here x is 1, so this case will be true and bye will be printed, so which is pretty much the case. So if we make x is equal to 2, so obviously hola will be printed here, which is pretty much the case. So basically now we will see the functionality of an include statement. So before seeing this functionality, I have left one thing here. Okay, so in while loop I will explain 2 more things, which are the break and continue constructs. So if I write here, if $a equal to, initially $a is 2 and we are incrementing each time by 1. So if we write here $a is equal to 4, then simply break. So this will prematurely break. So this loop is exited prematurely as soon as a is equal to 4. So let us see what difference it will make. So only 3 is printed. So 2 is made 3 in the first go. It is printed. In the next go of the loop, 3 is made 4, and then we check a is equal to 4. Then we break out of the loop. That is, we exit the loop. Other is a continuous statement. That means you don't exit out of the loop, but you exit out of the current execution of the loop. That is, this execution is finished. So no need to execute echo for this execution. So basically, so first it is 2, then it is incremented to 3. We check a is 4, no, so we don't execute this thing, we simply print 3. Then we again go in the loop, check a is less than 5, no, a is less than 5 is true, so we increment a to 4. We see that a is equal to 4, so we leave this statement and continue with the loop. We go here, we check a is less than 5, yes, true. We again go in the loop, we increment a to 5, we check a is equal to 4, no, so we do not continue, and then we go down simply and we print 5. So 3 and 5 are printed, and then simply the loop condition is falsified, so it doesn't proceed any further. So basically 3 and 5 are printed, which is pretty much as expected. So now let us see the functionality of include. So basically there are two statements which are include and require. So include and require are identical except upon failure. So what will happen on failure? Require will produce a fatal error, while include will produce only a warning. So this is the warning and error are the difference. And there is one more construct which is goto, but using it is considered as a bad programming practice, so we will not consider goto in our lectures. So basically let us see what include does, because include and require has the same functionality, so we will see only include here. So basically I am initializing my variable x with 1, and then I am including my.php. So as soon as I include my.php, it will execute the code in my.php, which is $x++. $x++ means $x is equal to $x plus 1. That is, I am incrementing the value of $x by 1. So it was 1 initially. As soon as I include my.php, that is execute my.php here, it becomes 2, and then I am printing it. So here the value 2 is printed, pretty much as expected. Then here I am again including my.php and again echoing, so it is 3 is printed. So what is the difference between include and include once? Let us write include once here. So instead of executing the program 2 times, my.php 2 times, it will execute only once. Execute my.php only once. So instead of 2 3 here, we will get 2 2 only. So again it will not be executed. So the value of x remains 2 only. That is pretty much the case here. So now we will show a function in PHP. What is the function in PHP? So this is a function in PHP. So we write function, then the name of the function, which I am writing fun here, you can make any name, and then its arguments, that is some variables which are to be passed to the function by the user, that is passed here. So basically in the braces what function do is defined. So function do 2 things here. It first echoes hi, and then it returns, then it increments, plus means increment, so it increments $a by 1 and then returns to the user. So when I am storing value of $m in fun2 in $m, so I am calling fun2, so I am passing 2 here, this function 2 value goes here, and then this function echoes hi first. Hi is echoed, that is printed, then it increments $a, makes it 3 and return me. So I will store it in $m. Then I am echoing $m, which is printing 3, which is pretty much the case here. So thank you friends, this was pretty hectic, that is lengthy lecture I can say. So it is very much possible that you are having some doubts in this lecture, so please post your doubts in the comment section below. I will be grateful for that. Thank you.